Hey guys, welcome back to another weekly news segment of the LZ Roundup, where we talk about all the top gaming news that has happened over the past 1 week. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I don't know what you guys are waiting for, because LZ Roundup has now reached into the week 5 of its news segment, and we also have other content coming from the House of Lobby Zero. So do hit that subscribe button and also the bell notification icon so that you guys can stay up to date with all the content coming from Lobby Zero. Without further ado, this is Strange repping Lobby Zero, bringing you this week's LZ Roundup. So let's roll the intro. We are going to be kicking this roundup off with our first piece of news coming from the house of Sony that did not really show up for the E3 this year, but Sony's State of Play event did turn some eyeballs and did not disappoint the fans. While there was no update on Horizon or God of War, we got an extended gameplay trailer for the much awaited Deathloop. You play as Colt, an assassin stuck in a time loop who needs to take out 8 targets across the island before the day ends, as failing to do so or dying along the way leads to restarting the whole loop again. With each loop, you move further in the world, understanding your targets better and gain new skills, weapons and gadgets. The trailer even showcased a gun getting jammed mid-fight, forcing the player to improvise on their plan. The whole Groundhog Day situation with the assassins seems like a really cool mechanic and adds a lot of potential for world building and gameplay opportunities. While this was the biggest reveal for State of Play, we got several other reveals too, like the Death Stranding Director's Cut gameplay trailer, Moss Book 2, Sifu, Lost Judgment, and many more. While EA has had a pretty rough reputation for their monetary practices and broken games, this year has been pretty good for the company. With multiple successful games under the belt, EA is now hosting its own dedicated show this month called EA Play. The event entails multiple discussions, first being called The Future of FPS, where studio heads from DICE and Respawn come together to talk about the progress of current games like Apex Legends and upcoming releases like Battlefield 2042. Further throughout the month, there are speculations for gameplay reveals for games like FIFA 2022 and Lost in the Random. Also, EA might be reviving a franchise that has been dead for years now, but that is still without any confirmations. Now, this won't be a roundup video without us talking a little bit about Apex Legends, but this time it's a really big news. Right around the release of a new event called the Thrill Seekers, Apex Legends servers were subjected to a massive attack by hackers. The craziest part of the story, however, is that this was done in retaliation to Respawn's rather lousy response when it comes to hacking issues regarding the Titanfall series. While the hack had no malicious impact on the players' accounts and details, the game would randomly show error messages displaying SaveTitanfall.com, a website dedicated to talking about the hacking issues in the Titanfall community. However, the site and the community behind it have claimed that they were in no way responsible for this hack. The whole topic on monetization of broken games like Titanfall and the studio's reluctant nature to talk about the issues more often is an entire topic of its own and has been covered extensively by Upper Echelon Games, link in the description. But besides this issue with the Titanfall game, this stunt was in no way good for anyone. Not only did it result in developers having to return to work on a holiday, but it also directed unwarranted hate towards the Titanfall community. Now, apart from just the news around games, we do have some hardware news coming from the house of Nintendo. Nintendo Switch is one of the most interesting consoles in the market, supporting many AAA titles and exclusives that you can play even on the go. Expanding on this console lineup, Nintendo has featured a new OLED model that now sports a white and black color scheme and boasts a bigger screen featuring 720p OLED display alongside increased internal storage space of up to 64 GB. Now, these honestly aren't any huge numbers to talk about, especially for a company like Nintendo. But considering its price point to its competitors and the games that it can run already, like Super Mario Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, these upgrades are a welcoming addition. Keep your eyes out for the Switch Pro though. In one of the weirdest censorships of all time, Minecraft has received an adults only age rating in South Korea. For a game that features an education edition designed for schools, it is surprisingly bizarre why the restriction has been made on its target audience. This restriction is a result of the country's Cinderella law, which prohibits kids from playing games after midnight to early morning hours. As the Mojang version of the game did not involve any age verification system, this has led to the authorities pulling the plug on the game sales in the country. Microsoft has been trying to deal with this issue, but as of right now, it has become mandatory for South Koreans to verify their age before they get to play the game. With that said, we are going to be wrapping up this week's LZ Roundup. If you did enjoy the video, do drop a like and subscribe to the channel with the bell notification icon so that you guys can stay up to date with upcoming LZ Roundup videos and also other content coming from the House of Lobby Zero. This is Strange, repping Lobby Zero, signing off.